Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hillbilly Days, number 42, and to the public speaking. My name is Herbie Deskins, Jr. I'm the Deputy Judge of Pike County. And before we start, we want to be real nice today. We had some problems a couple of times where people didn't want to let other people talk. Of them talk, and then after they get through talking, you can applaud or what have you, but let's don't have any bad manners and try to sing a candidate down. With that, we'll have the invocation with Mr. Wally Bevins of the Coal Run Church of Christ.
Let's everyone remove their hats and I'll have a word of prayer. Let's bow, please. Most gracious and kind Heavenly Father, we're thankful for today, thankful for the many blessings, Father, that you've laid on us. We're thankful for the weather here today, that you let us have the sunshine instead of the rain. We bless these candidates here today, Father, that may the best man win in all the elections. Father, we want to thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, who died on Calvary for the remission of our sins. In his Son's name I pray. Amen.
The next we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance by the Bluegrass Council of the Lonesome Pine Council, Pac 12.
Everyone please stand. Scout salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
You may be seated.
Thank you.
2.
Next we'll have our national anthem by Valerie Huffman.
If you would please join with me in a moment of silence in honor of Scotty Hamilton. May we never forget his sacrifice. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star
The official timeskeeper this year will be an individual from each of the women's political hubs. Lorraine Lowe of the Pike County Democratic Women's Club, and Marie Childers of the Pike County Republican Women's Club. Now, Marie has probably people that traveled a long way to come to Hillbilly Days from Boise, Idaho, her grandchildren, Brody and Ruth. So let's give them one. The candidates have read the rules. They will have 3 minutes. They'll have it. I will introduce them by name and office and party. They will have 3 minutes. The timekeeper will then use the appropriate matter to, if they finish their 3 minutes, and I would ask each of the candidates to abide by those rules, and let's not have any problems. Candidates for United States Representative, 5th District. Oh, okay. Just a minute. I left the page out.
We're used to it.
Yeah. I want to introduce to you now the County Judge, William Deskins. I'm sorry.
Good morning, everybody. I was born to Hillbilly over on Johns Creek, and doggone, I've joined the Hillbilly Club now, and I've been very happy with what we're doing for the children and everything. So anyway, I want to welcome everybody in their Hillbilly Stump speaking event. I hope you enjoy the time with us and enjoy the speeches. We have a great number of candidates here this year, so let's get started, and don't forget that you are welcome here anytime, and thank you all.
Okay, the first speakers will be the representatives from the 5th Congressional District, Gerardo Serrano. Go ahead and get him.
Hi, my name is Gerardo Serrano. I'm running for Congress in the 5th District. I'm a Republican, and I just want to let you know, listen, I am a father and I am a grandfather, okay? I'm 60 years old. We have $21 trillion in debt. Who's going to pay for it? They gave me a tax cut. Who's going to pay for it? It's the ones that we love the most. It's our children, it's our grandchildren. They're spending money that we don't have. And unfortunately, our children are going to end up paying for it. And I'm running because I am really concerned about this, because when they grow up, they're going to be burdened with this tax or however they're going to pay for it. Listen, I went through an international custody case. I won through a forensic psychologist wanted me to have this child. I'm going to tell you something, that if the congressman was a woman and we somehow had a child together, and I went through in front of a forensic psychologist, and the forensic psychologist found out that she's spending his future away, the psychologist would have said that's abuse. Get rid of that child and take away that child from her. Give it to him, because that is considered abuse. Look at just recently, getting off topic. The FISA Act was passed. He passed it. The FISA Act trespasses on your Fifth Amendment right. Your due process is now gone for 6 years. The government now can see your phones and your computer with no warrant. If you know anything about me, all you have to do is Google my name. And I was in CBS Morning News. I was in Washington Post. That has to do with the rights. I'm fighting the federal government over rights. You'll get to see me there. Also, the Omni bill that just came up. Again, he passed it. I would have never passed that. the billions of dollars being spent. $1.3 trillion was added to the debt. But not only that, the principles of the Republican Party, whether you believe it or not, are that we're against abortion. There was $500 million that was for Planned Parenthood. That is against a Republican principle that we have. I don't know what the Democrats have, but the Republican principle is that we don't believe in that. He passed it. There was another one the bump stock. I don't know if you guys are gun people, but there was a little segment there that was taking away the bump stock. That's an infringement on your Second Amendment right. So in other words, they amended the Second.
The next is Kenneth S. Stepp, Democrat, running for the Congressional District number 5. Ken's not here. And another Democrat running for the House of Representatives, 5th District, Scott Sykes from Elkhorn City.
Eastern Kentucky is at a crossroads. There are two paths we can take. One is to do nothing and wait for things to happen. The other is to take action and work together to make Eastern Kentucky a stronger, more secure, and prosperous region to call home. I prefer the path of action. I'm Scott Sykes, and I'm running for Congress in our 5th Congressional District. I'm running because I believe we have the moral responsibility to elect leaders who understand the struggles we have as citizens, the issues we face as a region, and the worries we have as a country. As your next congressman, I am committed to you, the citizens who choose to live up and down the creeks and hollers in Eastern Kentucky, not the political power brokers that have held our region hostage over the last 40 years. I am a proud son of Tommy and Peggy Sykes and the loving little big brother of Stephanie Richards. I am a proud 4th-generation Democrat from both sides of my family. My grandfather, on my father's side, he was a UMWA coal miner for 43 years. My maternal grandfather, an educator, walked for days in the rain campaigning for JFK in 1962. I was raised in Pike County, born and raised, with the Great Center State Park, the majestic Pine Mountain, and the raging rapids of the Russell Fork River at my doorstep. I have worked tirelessly in strengthening our communities and improving our quality of life. First as a Teamster after college, then as a local entrepreneur bringing innovative industry to Eastern Kentucky, and also as a public school teacher in Floyd County. My passion is making our home, Eastern Kentucky, a better place to live, work, play, and to raise a family. This is why I'm running for Congress. I'm proposing a plan that will strengthen our communities and support our working families. These are the basic truths of my campaign. You deserve a safe workplace that values you as an employee so you can take pride in the work that you do. You deserve the freedom to negotiate for a fair and livable wage to support your family. You deserve access to affordable and quality health care and a safe community to live in. And our children deserve the quality education that prepares them for a future. Our people have fought for over a century to provide a decent life for their families. All Eastern Kentuckians have ever asked for is a fair shake and a fair opportunity. I ask for you to join me in this fight for the 5th. I'm Scott Sykes, and I'm running for Congress, and I ask for your vote.
The next is candidate for 93rd Representative District, Norma Kirk McCormick.
Thank you for coming out to listen to what we have to say. As he said, I'm Norma Kirk McCormick, and I'm running for state rep in the 93rd District. My background is in public servant. I have served the people of Eastern Kentucky for 31 years, helping people rebuild their lives. Some of the things that I stand really strong on is I'm a strong supporter of education. I am a strong supporter of the Second Amendment right. I am very strong on drug rehabilitation. If I am elected to serve you as your state representative, never doubt for 1 minute what I don't stand with the people of Pike County. They are my people. I want to make a difference in our lives here. We want to bring jobs, strengthen our education system, and we are losing our population drastically. People migrating out for jobs, but my goal is to work just as hard as I possibly can to bring those jobs to Eastern Kentucky. When you go out to vote in November, I'm not on the ballot in May. When you go out to vote in November, I really appreciate if you have the heart to send me to Frankfort to represent you in the legislation. I will not let you down. That's a promise that I make to the people. Thank you, Norma Kirk McCormick, State Rep, 93rd District.
Next, we have a candidate for the 92nd Representative District, Ryan Mosley.
How y'all doing? My name is Ryan Mosley. I come from Knott County, and I'm running to be state representative in the 92nd District this year. And before I get to talking, I'd just like to say thanks to the Pike County Fiscal Court, to the Democratic Women's Club, and to the Republican Women's Club for making this happen and giving us all an opportunity to come and speak to you fine folks on this Saturday at Hillbilly Days. I got into this race because, frankly, I have not seen the strength that we need from our state legislature when it comes to education in Eastern Kentucky. And I'm proud to be at Hillbilly Days in Pikeville today because in the war on public education in Kentucky, there has been no county stronger than Pike County in standing up to the lobbyists in Frankfort who want to sell off our school system to the charter school companies and Matt Bevins' buddies. It is the strength of communities like Pike County who are willing to carry the flag into battle in Frankfort that will prevail in the war on public education. And if we stick together, we can send a message to people like Matt Bevin that we hillbillies don't always pick the fight, but we will always finish the fight. And we will finish the fight when it comes to education, because the truth is, Kentucky has the money. Kentucky has the resources to take care of its children. And we will collect those resources and we will revolutionize education in Kentucky to make Kentucky a national leader in education, not always lagging behind in the 30s and 40s in the rankings of states. So I'm asking for your vote. I'm asking you to believe in communities like Pikeville. I'm asking you to believe in the mountains. And I'm asking you to help me take back our government in Frankfort. And I know I didn't go the full 3 minutes, but can I still hear some of that good, fine bluegrass music today?
The next is Angie Hatton, candidate for state representative from the 94th District.
Hey everybody! How are you all? I don't know about you all, but I am proud to be an Appalachian American. I love Hillbilly Days. I'm so happy to be back here, and I'm happy this time that I'm coming back as your state representative. I was in a dogfight the last time I saw you guys, and that's over, thank goodness, and I'm I'm pleased that I don't have an opponent this time, and that is a big honor to me, and I hope that means that you feel like I'm doing a good job. I have done my best when I went down to Frankfort to be a strong voice for all those people that may not have a voice otherwise. It has been my goal and what I believe my mission is as your state representative to make sure that those who don't have enough money to get someone's attention in Frankfort or in Washington would still have a voice. I hope you know that my door is open. Almost everybody's got my cell phone and I'll answer, and I want to help in every way that I can. If you followed at all what was going on this legislative session, you'll know that if we've learned anything, it's that your vote matters, your vote counts, and that elections have consequences. And I have been so impressed, and I'm not the only one in Frankfort that has been impressed with folks from Eastern Kentucky who have come down there in droves by the busloads to their capital to have their voices heard. It was teachers and public employees and friends of teachers and public employees who don't even have money at stake, who just know that the right thing to do is to come down there and make sure that you're not run over by our governor, who's not from here. He's not a Kentuckian. He doesn't understand Kentuckians. He never went to public school. He never sent his kids to public school, and he doesn't know what I know about public school teachers in Kentucky. He doesn't know that when he starts dismantling our public education system, that what he's doing is dismantling our entire community. Our schools are our backbones in small communities, and the people who work there deserve our respect, and they deserve our support. And those of us who came up through public school appreciate it and know that we owe them. And we will always owe them for whatever we've become today, because along with my parents, my teachers helped raise me. And I won't forget that. And I just want to say one more time that when you guys came down to Frankfort, even the leaders of the teachers union in the state said, those people from Eastern Kentucky don't fool around. Don't mess with those guys. You guys were in.
The next speaker will be Joseph Goff, candidate for Pikeville, Pike County Commonwealth Attorney.
Hello, Hillbillies. My name's Joe Goff. I'm running for the position of Pike County Commonwealth's Attorney. Not a whole lot of people know what the Commonwealth's Attorney does. Essentially what he is a criminal trial lawyer who goes to court on the citizens of Pike County's behalf. He takes evidence that is gathered by police, he presents it to a grand jury in order to obtain an indictment. He then takes that same evidence and presents it to a trial jury in order to obtain a conviction. There are only two of us running for this position, so your choice is going to be a little easier. A lot of people think that this position is called Commonwealth Attorney. It is not. It is Commonwealth's Attorney, possessive. I don't expect you guys to know that, but I do expect people who are running for this position to know that, and my opponent has not noticed that yet. Now, on all his stuff it says Commonwealth Attorney, Commonwealth Attorney. And we can all have a good laugh at that, but the truth is, little mistakes like that will get you beat at trial. I've done this for 18 years, I know the difference. Good lawyering matters. Good lawyering brings results, bad lawyering brings disaster, and you don't have to look any further than the case of O.J. Simpson to illustrate this point. O.J. Simpson's tale is a tale of bad lawyering. Cops did everything they were supposed to do. The lawyers blew it at trial, okay? You guys are hiring a lawyer. Every night that I go to bed, I have to look out my window and make sure that O.J.'s not creeping around in my bushes getting ready to stab me in the neck with a knife because of bad lawyering. Bad lawyering gets you beat. Now, I can poke fun at this, right? But the truth of the matter is, a murderer walked free because the best lawyers were on the other side. And that's the truth, okay? My opponent is a good guy, okay? He's going to come out here and he's going to tell you in a minute what a good cop he is, and he's a great cop. He's been a cop for 1,000 years, okay? The truth of the matter is that I'm a better lawyer. If he comes out here and he tells you that he's a better lawyer than I am, you're going to understand why his initials are BS, okay? I've been doing this for 18 years. You guys are hiring a lawyer. I'm not trying to be mean because he's a good guy. He's my opponent, he's not my enemy, but it's my job to tell you the difference between us and how much better lawyer I am, okay? Let me give you a piece of advice. When you guys go to court, when you guys go to trial, you take the best lawyer that you can find with you. The best lawyer. The choice is clear. I've been doing it for 18 years, okay? I'm owned by no one. Vote Goff. Go to my website, votegoff.com. Thank you so much for your time. God bless.
Next, we have Bill Slone, Democrat running for Commonwealth Attorney, Pike County.
Good morning. I'm Bill Slone. I'm running for Commonwealth Attorney. And my opponent wants to talk about experience. Let me tell you about my experience. I grew up in the head of a holler at Millard, and after graduating from Millard High School, I enlisted in the military and served 3 years as a military policeman. After receiving an honorable discharge, I came to work here in Pikeville in the Pikeville Police Department and worked for 6 years. During that time, I went to Pikeville College and obtained my bachelor's degree. And then I was honored to be accepted into the Kentucky State Police Academy. After graduating from the academy, once again, I came back and served in Pikeville, Pike County at Post 9 as a trooper. I worked for about 2 years on the road as a trooper. And then I was promoted to detective and assigned to the Special Investigation Unit in Lexington. I spent about 7 years in Special Investigations. 2 of those years I worked undercover in a joint investigation with the Kentucky State Police and the FBI. After I left the state police, I became a small business owner. And I worked for about 20 years in a small business, about 100 employees. For the last 5 years, I've been practicing law. Mostly criminal law. I practiced in federal and state court both. I've tried cases in both federal and state court, criminal cases, and mostly in federal. Now, the Commonwealth Attorney's job is to protect the public, and they do that by prosecuting felony cases, our most serious, most criminal cases that we have. That's what the prosecutor's job is. Now, I think that my experience will help me in deciding what cases need to be prosecuted to the fullest and who deserves a break. And I'm not saying that you prosecute everybody to the fullest. There's times that people need a break. Nonviolent first offenders, if they're willing to work for themselves, deserve an opportunity. But let me tell you, these repeat offenders will be prosecuted to the fullest. And I want you to know this. If you're trafficking in narcotics in Pike County, I will do everything in my power to put you in prison. A prosecutor, and I promise you as the prosecutor, I will treat everyone under like circumstances the same, regardless of your race, regardless of whether you're rich or you're poor. Everyone will be treated the same with the same circumstances. But know this, if you violate our laws, there are consequences. Now I'm going to ask you to go to the polls on May the 22nd and support me.
The next speaker we have is Aaron Davis, a Republican running for Pike County Judge Executive.
Good morning. Hello, Hillbillies. I am Aaron Davis running for Pike County Judge Executive. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm from Ratliff Creek. Lived there for a little more than a decade. Got 3 little boys who I love very much. My wife and I, we practice law together at the Davis firm. I'm not just for the working man, I am a working man. I have a CDL license. I can parallel park a tractor trailer. I am a certified underground coal miner. I've been on mine rescue team, worked in coal mines, underground coal mines for 6 years. I'm a registered professional engineer in the state of Kentucky. In addition to my law degree, I have a master's degree in business administration. I got a diverse background, and I believe I'll be able to handle the the conditions, the situations that come with this office as Judge Executive here in Pike County. As I've traveled around the last couple of months, I've met a lot of people who are concerned. People concerned about the way things are going in Pike County, people who feel like they've been abused and neglected by some of those who have been elected to office in the past. What I can promise you is that I have no political favors to return. I'm not part of the problem, I'm part of the solution. And what I can promise you, I will try to do what's right and do what's right for Pike County. I talk to people who are concerned about the social degradation of values in our culture, not just in our country, but also in our state and even in our county. I'm pro-God, pro-life, pro-guns, pro-traditional marriage. This is not just a campaign speech, it's who I am. When I left Hillbilly Days yesterday, traveled over in Virginia, where I preached at a revival, the gospel message of Jesus Christ. I still believe that the first and greatest commandment is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. You can guarantee that the decisions that I would make in this office would be clothed in that Christian-based ideology that our country and our county were founded upon. I talk to people who are concerned about the infrastructure in our county. They're concerned about things, our road maintenance and culvert maintenance and so forth. And I believe with my technical experience as a professional engineer, I can help reach solutions. If a culvert washes out, it may be inadequately designed. And with my degree in engineering, I believe I can help address those problems. A Band-Aid will not fix a 6-inch open wound. You got to fix the problem. And I believe my background will help do that. I want to bring jobs into Pike County and provide all the infrastructure to make that possible. That's what I will strive to do if elected as Judge Executive. I appreciate your support. I thank you for everybody that puts this on for the fiscal court, for all the work the Shriners do, especially for children. God bless you and God bless Pike County. Aaron Davis, right for Pike, for Judge Executive.
Our next speaker is Ray S. Jones III, a candidate for Pike County Judge Executive.
Well, you know something, I'm proud to be from Pike County, not just for 10 years. And I'm proud of what I've done to make Pike County a better place to live and work and raise a family. And because of my leadership, we've got companies like Interblue and Silverliner's under construction up here. And there's only one candidate in this race that has the experience and that has proven results of delivering for this county. New schools, hundreds of millions of dollars in roads and infrastructure, water, funding for our senior citizens. You know, talk is cheap. Somebody that has delivered for the people, and you know that. As for 18 years, I have been your state senator, and you know what we have done to improve the quality of life here. You know, there's a lot at stake. Some of you saw the newspaper. We have serious problems in this county, and only one person with the experience and the knowledge of county government and state government to make a difference. Now let me tell you, the one failure we've had is the failure to focus on job creation. In working with the city, we have made progress. And as your next county judge, we're going to make sure we bring the same kind of commitment to job creation to Pike County to rebuild our tax base. Now, we just came through a brutal session. We saw the difference between Kentucky Republicans, let me rephrase that, Matt Bevin Republicans and Kentucky Democrats. An all-out war on public education. And anybody that stands with Matt Bevin, you know what? They want to destroy our schools. They don't believe in public education. Bruce Hatfield, they passed the bill. They passed a bill that I hope they're proud of. I hope that the Republicans running for this office are proud of, that eliminated black lung compensation for all intents and purposes for our coal miners. That's something to be ashamed of. And let me tell you, we're going to rebuild Pike County, and we're going to move Pike County forward. We've made a lot of progress, and there's a lot of work to be done. I'm going to work with our Commonwealth Attorney and our County Attorney to make sure that they've got the resources they need to go after the drug dealers. I'm going to make sure that our Sheriff, Rodney Scott, does not have to go to a surplus auction to buy cruisers when you have elected officials at the fiscal court driving brand new trucks. It's time that we put people first in this county, not the same politicians who have failed us in the past. We have to move forward, and together we will.
Thank you all, and God bless each and every one of you.
The next speaker will be James Michael May, candidate for Pike County Judge Executive.
Hello, hillbillies. I can say I was proud to be a hillbilly when being a hillbilly was not cool. I am James J. Mike May. Some of y'all may recognize me from the physical court meetings on Pike TV. Yeah, I'm the guy that Judge Deskins was always saying your 10 minutes is up. I am a newcomer to the political arena. I come to you as a common man for the common folk. I know there are many people in this county like myself that are disgusted with the same old big money, power broker politics. Big money should not control how we vote. Now for you folks who like the grand, good old boy politics, my chances of getting your support are slim to none, and Slim has done left the county. Now, for those of you who think, like I do, that it's high time we put an end to big money, controlled politics of Pike County, I should be your choice for Pike County Judge Executive. As many of you know, one of my opponents is an attorney, one is an accountant, and the question was asked, what's the difference between an attorney and an accountant? The answer is, the accountant knows he's boring. Now, one will have his eyes on the governor's mansion in Frankfurt. The other will be looking over his shoulder from issues created in the physical court. I will be focused on the issues of Pike County 24/7. Now, it says here, proven results. Proven results from the time in the legislature when our teachers' pension and all this come about. Proven results for fighting to keep the taxpayers from knowing the public records of an entity doing business in Pike County. And delivering, there's an old song, she got the gold mine, I got the shaft. Well, folks, the legislators, they got their pension funded, and the teachers and other state workers, they got the shaft. Now, I am J. Mike May, and I'm ready to work for you if you elect me for your next Pike County Judge Executive. Thank y'all.
The next speaker will be Kevin Hall, Republican, running for Pike County Judge Executive.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Shriners for hosting and the Southeastern Chamber of Commerce for organizing the 42nd Hillbilly Days in 2018 in here in Pikeville, Kentucky. Before I get started, I'd like to request prayer for all the caregivers in this county that have loved ones that are sick or ill. Just a few weeks ago, my mother passed away. She was my best friend and my buddy. And it was tough losing my mom, and it still is. And over the last couple of weeks, my daughter had some issues with her kidney, so it took me out of the limelight for a couple of days, but I'm trying to fight through it. And yesterday at Pikeville Medical, they diagnosed my mother-in-law with some inevitable problems that's probably resulted in cancer. So it's been a tough few months, and hopefully I'll try to, get past this. But, please, I beg everybody to give prayer for the caregivers, and everybody needs a lot of help in this county. They sure do, especially the caregivers. So please say a prayer for them. To begin with, my name is Kevin Hall. I'm a candidate for Pike County Judge Executive on the Republican ticket, number 2 on the ballot. I'm married to Letha Hall, my long-time high school sweetheart. Been married one time and happily married. I have 3 wonderful children. Janine Reed, married to Brad Reed, originally from Little Creek. Nicolette Ward, married to Josh Ward from Lick Creek. And I have a son, Collie Hall, named after his grandfather, that lives in Lexington and works at UK Chandler Hospital, UK. But anyhow, I have several wonderful grandbabies. The oldest is Peyton Ward, 16, Chase Reed, 14, Lauren, Lindsay, Sophie, and Ava, which are all educated here in the Pike County school system, currently Shelby Valley. But all the kids are wonderful kids. And of course, Ava, I forgot to mention, she's educated at the Valley Christian Academy, and that's the only school that I know of. Of course, most Christian schools do teach cursive writing, and I beg all the educators to bring the good old cursive system back in the system, because our history is based off, cursive writing. And I recently attended a couple of SAR meetings and, talking to some of the members, and some of their grandbabies couldn't read our history. History is a great part of our culture right here in Pike County. And myself being a historian, I've learned a lot over the past few years and really enjoyed it. But I beg everybody to, really step forward and preserve history. That's where we was created from, and it's where we started from. But a lot of people don't know my original ancestors settled up on Shelby Creek 1817, and I'm part of the original plan that started here from day one. And I have several grandfathers, or great-great-great-grandfathers, that actually settled up on Levisa, one being George Belcher, Josiah Fugit, Cater Powell, and also John Mullins, who was buried over there in Clintonwood, Virginia. But like I say, I'm about simplicity. I like to bring this county back to morality, back the way it used to be, and preserve everything that we stand for and preserve our history. But I like for everybody to be treated equally and fairly, not just separated by a few that's, dignitaries or have money to spare, but everybody needs to be represented on the same playing field.
Our next candidate is Jeff Anderson, candidate for Pike County Judge Executive.
Thank you, everybody. My name is Jeff Anderson. Welcome to Hillbilly Days, and I am a candidate for Pike County Judge Executive. One thing that on May 22nd, that the people of this county are going to have a chance and an opportunity to do is to elect a new county judge. I think it is fair to say that I'm kind of like you all. A lot of us are sick and tired of the way things are going on in county government. One thing that I'm going to be is a full-time judge. I'm not going to be running back and forth between offices. I'm not going to have a full-time deputy judge. I've said that from the get-go, and I think some people are still in that, and I think it's a good idea. But one question that I get asked a lot, an awful lot, is what are you going to do to make Pike County a better place to live and to work? Well, one thing I've done, and I think it's very important, is I led the charge of getting rid of Utility Management Group over Mountain Water District. As we all know, it's no secret that Mountain Water got a terrible audit. They were contracted out with Utility Management Group, which is a client of Ray Jones. And you know what? Money was disappearing at an alarming rate. So we requested an audit. Trying to get the records of UMG, a public company. They're not my records, they're your records. And guess what? The state auditor, the Attorney General, the Kentucky Court of Appeals, the Supreme Court of Kentucky, they agreed with you all. They said, open the books, show Pike County how the money's been spent. And you know what? They still haven't complied with the law. But I can tell you this, I do have some records. And I think you'll be shocked at how carelessly and how recklessly your all's money has been spent without any oversight or accountability. And when I look at it, when you look at the high water rates and the high sewer rates, some of the highest in the state of Kentucky, if not the country. I look at, now I don't raise the rates, but you know what? I look at what's gone on over Mountain Water and Utility Management Group. It kind of reminds me of the teachers' pension crisis. No oversight, no accountability, a reckless and careless spending of the money. And you know what? They've got one common denominator, Ray Jones. He's been in Frankfurt 17 years. 17 years. And he wants to blame Buck Sanders. He wants to blame the Republicans. We know what he voted for in 2011. It was a $105 million vote. But I'm going to tell you something. You don't need to think about that. You need to think long and hard when you go vote on May 22nd. As magistrate, I have proven that I can work with other people, get things done, create jobs, and make this county a better place to live and work. Now I'm going to tell you something. There's things wrong with Pike County. But I'm a firm believer that we can fix what's wrong with Pike County with what's right with Pike County. May 22nd, get out and vote Jeff Anderson. Thank you.
We had a speaker that had to drive in from a long way, and he just now got through the crowd. A candidate for U.S. House of Representatives, Democrat Kenneth S. Stepp.
Thank you. I'm Kenneth Stepp, running for the U.S. House of Representatives on the Democratic ticket, and you've heard some of the other candidates here before. I live in Clay County, that's east of here in this 30-county district, and I've been practicing law in Kentucky for since 2002, and I'd appreciate your vote. Now, I want to go over some issues with you, where I stand on the issues. Number one is education. I think that, of course, this is the home of Pikeville College here. We got, but we need to have a better education and more federal supported education also. And that goes for local schools and kindergartens and high schools and everybody. Now, another thing I'm in favor of, which I think we haven't got a lot of bipartisan support on this, is better roads and infrastructure. Of course, you need to have good roads leading into and out of the Pikeville so you can have industry and things like that. Also, one thing I'm personally opposed to is any kind of war on coal. You know, the government should be even-handed as far as coal is concerned. They need to run scrubbers in some of these power plants and things like that to keep too much dust from getting in the air, but still coal is competitive and it shouldn't be shut out by the government. And also nearby Martin County needs more help from the government concerning water, because they've had a lot of trouble with their water, and the federal government should step in places like that to help people. Not only coal, but also we need more federal support of research for not only coal scrubbers, but also solar and hydrogen power. And of course, being a Democrat, I'm in favor of women's rights. We practice non-discrimination. We think that those programs should continue. And also concerning rights of people of racial minorities, I believe that I'm in favor of these federal programs to prevent discrimination against them. Concerning our overseas plans, I say let's bring the troops home. We had wars occasionally back when I was a younger man, but now we are in a constant war. You check with the American Legion, I think they'd tell you the Americans have been at war since 1991. So we need to bring the troops home and quit doing that. Also, the biggest issue probably is the deficit in the, we have $1 trillion a year deficit, and we can't afford that. We need to balance the budget. We need to have bipartisan cooperation and the cutting back on areas to balance the budget. Also, need to avoid inflation. I think in February we had 2% inflation. That'd be about 23 4% a year. So I'm against that. So remember, please vote for Kenneth.
The next candidate that we have is candidate for Pike County Attorney, Democrat Adam Hall.
Howdy. My name is Adam Hall. I'm on the Democratic ticket for Pike County Attorney. I've practiced law for 14 years. 4 of those years, I was an assistant county attorney under my father. I've been endorsed by the Steelworkers Union for their candidate. My mother's here. She's been a teacher for 37 years. My father is here. Also, he's an attorney. You know, my opponent said I'm too young and too inexperienced to be in office. I'm 10 years older than he is when he first got his first office. My opponent has also said that I am immature and young, yet he's made fun of me on the internet for the way I talk, the way I write, and the way I look. You tell me, is that mature?
No!
If making fun of me is the way you want to, because I'm running for office, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. But folks, what I am concerned about is you, and everyone. I'm concerned about our roads. I'm concerned about the buddy system with our criminals. I will treat everyone with respect. It's time we took our county back, folks. It's time for a change. Pike County is in the bottom section of child support collection. Pike County is over 50% amended DUIs and drug offenders or repeat offenders are getting out. Next time when you go to the votes on May 22nd to vote, think about that. Think about your family members out on the roads. Think about them and their safety, and now see if you're ready for a change. I'm ready to do the job. If I don't do it, get rid of me. I'm asking for your vote. Take your county back. I'm Adam Hall. Thank you.
The next candidate for Pike County Attorney is incumbent Howard Keith Hall.
Your county attorney is here. Let me get a picture of all of you. I want to see you, video you. Wow, what a crowd. Wow. Let me ask y'all real quick. That guy was hilarious. Let me ask you, does he not look like that guy that used to be on Saturday Night Live? What was his name? Chris, Farley, yeah. Go Google it and look at it. He's almost as funny. Let me tell y'all real quick, taking advantage of other people's tragedies and stuff and put the stuff that's been on the Facebook and the internet, what he said here was not true, and that's what you do when you're desperate in a case. Shh, be quiet, let me talk. Let me tell you something real quick. These said that the things that have been said that aren't true, there's a statement made that says that he's going to correct all these felonies and drug dealers. Folks, the county attorney doesn't prosecute drug dealers. Your Commonwealth attorney prosecutes drug dealers. One of the jobs that we do is the misdemeanor cases. These cases that you see here in town, the jail over here has almost 400 people in it. Pike Countyans get more jail time per person than any other county in Kentucky. There's several people back in here at the state level will tell you that. Our jail has 400 people, and there's people that want to build a bigger one to hold 2,000 or 3,000. That's fine, we will fill it. We will keep whatever jail space you have filled. Me and Rick Bartley will keep it full. And one of the things that's been said is that the teacher thing, has been worn to death. My mommy's a teacher. Folks, my wife's a teacher. Everybody said, why don't you tell that? I'll tell you why, because this election's not about me, it's about you guys. This has nothing to do about my wife being a teacher. It has nothing to do with my mommy's 91 years old out here. Be quiet. Anyway, you're loud. You're loud. Anyway, let me tell y'all something. I stood up here 16 years ago and heard this same old rhetoric, same old stuff, like Daddy. But anyway, let me quickly tell you who I'm here for. let me tell you, let's talk a little bit of good stuff. Our office collected over $100 million in child support. Some of the mommies are here, and you thanked me. We have collected over $100 million in one of the persons here that collects taxes, delinquent taxes. We collected over $1 million off that governor of West Virginia. The rest of the state got almost nothing. We've collected $1.5 million off the governor of West Virginia. Tawny's here, she'll tell you. The numbers are staggering that we've put up. We have collected over $100 million in fines, which is what we do as small crimes. We have over 200 people in the jail at a time. No one has given out more jail time than our office on small crimes, and Rick Bartley has done a great job on the felonies. I'm here for Ash Camp and Allegheny, A-Flex, Anderson Fork, Beefhide, Broad Bottom, Belcher, Bear Fork, Blackberry, Bones Branch, Bevins, Beaver, Big Creek, Belfry, Buskirk, and Beaver, and Barnshee. Barnshee, yeah, there we know some Barnshee people here. My friends are the people from Coal Run, Caney, Cowpen, Coon Creek, Chloe, Canada, Collins, Draffin, Dorton, Elkhorn, Fish Trap, Fence Creek, Garden Village, Greasy Creek, Grapevine, Goody, Gabriel, Harrican. I've been to them all. I've been at your funerals. I've been at your weddings. Hellier, Huddy, Hardy, Hatfield, Hunts Branch, Happy Hollow. You've got to be there with these people. I've been to Island Creek and Indian Creek, Johnson Bottom, Johns Creek, Jimmy's Creek, Joe Nancy Jamboree, Kemper, Knox Creek, Lick Creek.
The next candidate will be Rachel Ratliff, Republican candidate for Pike County Attorney.
Good morning. I think I have a tough act to follow coming after those two. One thing about it, I am your Republican nominee, so I will not be on the ballot in May. I guess you could say we will have to thin the herd a little before you're going to see my name on the ballot. You'll have to vote for one of those two if you're a registered Democrat, and then you can vote for me in November. But I'm not here to talk bad about either one of those guys because I actually like both of them. I've been running on the issues since I submitted my letter of intent to run. I'm not going to talk bad about anyone. Like I said, I've worked with both of them. I've been an attorney for 6 years now. Most of those years I was representing people on criminal charges, misdemeanors, felonies, traffic tickets, or in family court. That's where I spend most of my time now, on your social services cases. And that's what prompted me to actually run, is I feel like those need to be taken a little more seriously than what they are. Those are the most serious cases that we have, in my opinion, and they need to be treated with a lot of attention. The ones that are serious need to be taken to court. The ones that are frivolous, they don't need to be taken to court. These things need to be looked at by an attorney before they are filed. So that's the main reason that I'm running. Also, the criminal cases. No one put me up to running for this. I don't have any endorsements. I don't have a slate of candidates pushing me. I'm running because I feel like I can do a better job. It's not personal. Like Keith Hall, like Adam Hall. I'm running because I think I can do a better job. I know I'm a hard worker. I'm going to be a full-time county attorney. I'm not going to have a private practice. I'm going to give that up, and I'm going to work for you all the time so you get the most for what you're paying me. I'm not going to have 5 assistant county attorneys, a couple who come to court a couple times a year. That's not going to happen. I'm going to be there Monday through Friday doing what I can do. And if there's 2 courts going on at the same time, there will be assistants there to help me. But other than that, I'm going to do what I can do, and I'd appreciate your all's vote in November. Please get out and vote in these elections. This is the most important election that we've had during my lifetime because pretty much everything's up for grabs. We need all new people. No more career politicians at all, period. Go vote!
The next is a candidate for Pike County Clerk, Ernestine Damron, a Democrat.
You have to bear with me. I've never done this before. Kind of scared. I've had 21 years experience in the clerk's office, and I feel like I can do the job. I would be there every day. We are going to open back up the branch offices full-time, have extra work hours also, and that's more or less what I plan on doing. I will be there every day, and you can call me anytime, and I will be there for any questions or problems you may have. And I just plan on being there every day to work. I love the job when I worked there. I miss the job now. I'm no longer there. I just need your all's vote in May. And like I said, I'm just kind of nervous. I've never done this before, but that's more or less what I need to say. And I'd like to thank the good Lord for being behind me through all this, and my family and friends that have helped. So just go out and vote on May the 22nd. Thank you.
The next candidate is a Democrat, Jennifer Gillespie Hall.
Good morning, Pike County. My name is Jennifer Gillespie Hall. I'm a Democratic candidate running to be your Pike County clerk. I have 16 and a half years experience. I worked in the Pike Circuit Clerk's office as a deputy clerk. If elected, I would like to make my time, I would like to work hard to open the Pike County offices out in the county. And I would like to get some more updated equipment to make it easier for you to come in to get better equipment to work. And then I would also like to be a working clerk, to work harder for the people of Pike County. And I would like to let's make this a good office to work in. Because let's make this the best office of Pike County. Isn't that what Pike County deserves? My name is Jennifer Gillespie Hall, number 2 on the ballot on May 22nd. Let's get out and vote. Thank you.
The next candidate is Darrell Pugh, Democrat, for Pike County Clerk.
Hello, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody that had a hand in making Hillbilly Days a big success, including the man in charge of the weather. My name is Darrell Pugh. I'm 55 years old. I have 3 sons. Wes works in Lexington at Dale Ridge Horse Farm. Derek attends Georgetown College. He plays football. And Seth, he's a sophomore at Pikeville. I'm married to Paula Hinkle Pugh. She's the art teacher, elementary teacher over at Pikeville Elementary. And I was cautioning her about this Hillbilly Days. Everybody's got these stickers, sticks them on everybody. And I said, you know, where I'm a candidate, everybody's got a cell phone. You put that sticker on, boom, it'll be on Facebook, and everybody thinks you're endorsing this person, that person. The whole time I was telling her, I could see in her eyes, she wasn't going to have none of it. And finally, I said, what is it? She said, well, you can choose Wally Bevins or Darrell Pugh. So she's wearing both of them. I own Castle's Jewelry and Gift. My grandfather started over 80 years ago. I've had my own store for the last 32 years. I can remember when we celebrated our 50th anniversary, we run an advertising campaign that said, we're not good because we're 50 years old. We're 50 years old because we know how to take care of people and customers. Well, 30 years later, that's still true. And in my opinion, that's what's lacking in a lot of these government offices, especially the clerk's office. Just like everybody else, everybody says they're going to open up the clerk's offices full time. Well, People argue, say, well, they are open. They're open 1 day a week. Well, if they're not open, they're closed, as far as I'm concerned. And there's all kinds of money. Just in the last year alone, the Pike County Clerk's budget rose by $105,000 of taxpayers' money, and that's with 3 out of 4 offices being closed 80% of the time. Now, we're losing a lot of revenue to our neighboring counties because people simply don't have the time to stand in line. They come over in town and can't find a parking place, and we have to do something about it. You know, maybe we even have to open an office in Coal Run or something. I don't know. But there's plenty of money. It's just we have to be more efficient with it. This is a pretty good crowd out here today. I see everybody's got their own supporters, and I truly hope at the end of the day, when this election's over, we can all get down to doing business, be friends. You know, this is just a job we're all applying for. You don't have to have hard feelings the rest of your life. I'd like to thank you for your time, and you can fire up the band.
The next speaker will be Rhonda Taylor, the Pike County Clerk, Democrat.
Last time I came and spoke in front of you guys, I said next time I come back I'll bring a stump, but I think they've got a smaller pulpit so I can see over top of it. I really don't have a speech prepared. I thought I'd just get up here and speak from my heart like I normally do. First of all, I'd like to thank God for letting me open my eyes this morning. I'd like to thank all the veterans who's made it possible for us to assemble like we are today. Because if they weren't fighting for our freedom, we couldn't be here doing what we do. I'd also like to thank the Shriners. They work tirelessly year-round to help children in need. It doesn't stop when Hillbilly Days is over. When we roll up the streets and we go back to business as usual in Pike County, they're still continuing to help children. So let's give the veterans, the good Lord, and the Shriners a big hand. Now, for any of you that don't know me, my name is Rhonda Taylor, and I'm serving in my very first term as Pike County Clerk. I had some very big shoes to fill, and to be quite honest, I'll never be able to fill them because they're not my shoes. I want you to know that I'm a public servant. I'm not a politician. I have worked tirelessly around the clock from one end of the county to the other to bring you all the services that I possibly could. This is a very big job that requires a lot of dedication. Dedication that is not always in that office. Now, I don't know what my opponents had to say because I was in the back, but it doesn't matter. Facts are facts. The fact is, I could open up these offices tomorrow. I could have them back open Monday morning. But where is the clerk's office going to be in 2.5 months? They're going to be in the same shape as the rest of our county and most of our nation. I'm doing the very best that I can with what I have to work with. And I'm trying to be as fair as I can to all people because I'm a clerk for all you people. I work for you. I don't work for the court system. I don't work for the Secretary of State's office. I don't work for anybody in Frankfort. I work for you, the citizens of Pike County. You are the ones that elected me. And I'm asking today for your continued support. I'm asking for your votes. We only have 3 minutes. I can't touch on all topics. I can just tell you that without funding from the court, and they say they don't have the money, these offices cannot be opened back up and run effectively and productively like they're supposed to be, they're supposed to be run. I'm doing the best for you. I'm asking for your support, and have a great Hillbilly Days.
Sheriff.
Thank you. Good morning. It's good to be here. I am Rodney Scott. I am your sheriff, and I ask for your vote and support to continue being your sheriff. It's been a tough four years economically, not only for everybody here, but also for our county. But during that time, we have managed to grow our department. We went from 4 certified deputies to 9. We've got more deputies on the road today than we've had in years, and we have worked very hard to continue to fight the drug problem in this county, and we will always fight the drug problem in this county. With the help of Senator Jones and the legislature and the Pike County Physical Court, we was able to get 6 new cars during the past few years. Every car I had when I took over had at least 150 to 200,000 miles on it. We was able to get six new cars thanks to them. We put them in use. We put 5 deputies, certified deputies, in the high schools around this county to protect our children. I will continue to work as hard as I can for the people of this county as I've always have. I stand on my record. I'm proud of my record. Ask my opponent to do the same. Thank you.
The next candidate is a candidate for jailer, Democrat candidate for jailer, Jamie Kieth.
Good morning. My name is Jamie Kieth. I want to be your next Pike County jailer. I started my career in law enforcement in 1997 with the Oklahoma City Police Department. I served there until 1999 and was hired by the Kentucky State Police. During my career with the state police, I served as a drug interdiction unit, both a squad and administrative sergeant. Until I promoted to sergeant in 2005, I served the folks of Pike County as a road trooper. In 2005, I transferred to Harlan for a year as a result of taking the promotion, then came back to Pike County. Some of the achievements that I received during my career that I'm very proud of. In 2001, I received the Mothers Against Drunk Drivers for arresting the most DUIs here in the Pikeville Post area. Also in 2004, I received the Commissioner's Commendation for Outstanding Achievement. In 2005, it's when I promoted to Sergeant. I'm not backed by the elite. I have struggled to even buy signs, but I have worked relentlessly for more than a year. I want this position because I know that a better job can be done, and I know I'm the person that can do it. This office and all Pike County offices, you deserve transparency. The citizens of Pike County deserve complete transparency in local government. For far too long, the majority has suffered for the benefit of just a few. Once I'm in office, I promise to be honest and forthcoming in all aspects of the duties of Pike County Jail. Rehabilitation is by far the #1 priority of this position. Treating people fairly and with dignity is also something I feel strongly about. With that said, when bad people are convicted of bad crimes, those people shouldn't expect to be treated favorably or awarded in any way once placed in custody. Preferential treatment negates the justice process. I've become of several instances of mismanagement within current administration. My mission is to ensure that these mistakes will not be repeated. Those who know me know I'm an honest, hard-working father, husband, police officer, and coach. On May 22nd, I ask you to please vote for one of your own. Thank you for your support.
The next is Alfreda McKinney, Democrat candidate for Pike County Jailer. Next is Brian Morris, Democrat jailer.
Hello guys, my name is Brian Morris and I am your Pike County jailer. I want to start off by saying that. I want to thank my staff over here at the detention center. For the past 6 months, they've been major changes occurred and they've been on board. We've been successful in implementing a lot of things and I want to thank them. Other candidates are going to come out here and they're going to talk about their experience and their education and what they're going to do if they're elected Pike County jailer.
I'm not going to do that. I'm simply going to tell you what I've already accomplished in 6 months. First thing is I realized it takes a team to run the Pike County Jail. Not one individual can do it by themselves. I've assembled Dexter Coleman, Ricky Bostic, Jason Fields, Chase Snodgrass, Willa Adams. That's your staff that's running the front office of the Pike County Jail. Now listen to this. That's over 100 years of correctional experience running your Pike County Jail. Revenue's up almost $500,000, while cost is down nearly half that in 6 months. I've renegotiated contract with vendors. I've got grants with vendors, and I've implemented new equipment and new vehicles to the Pike County Jail at zero cost to the Pike County taxpayers. And one of the biggest things is the full body scanner, people. In my opinion, 90% of the drugs is out of the Pike County Jail. 90%. Now I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you all a story. I hope I can get through it. 2 years ago, one of my buddies called me and they asked me if I cared to leave $10 on the books for their loved one in that jail. I walked from this courthouse over, put $10 on their books. I got the receipt, and $5.75 of that went to processing fees. I asked Den, somebody tell me where his processing fees goes. Nobody could tell me. The day before I took over as your Pike County jailer, I ran into the people that owned that machine underneath the jail. They walked up to me and they said, Mr. Morse this, Mr. Morse that. But they finally asked me, Mr. Morse, what can I do for you? And I told them, I will not be jailer of this county with that processing fees on that machine. I told them I take over tomorrow, and either their processing fees go down the road or come get your machine to take them down the road. And my first day as your Pike County jailer, they was gone. You want to leave $10, $20 to your loved one in cash, they get 100% of that. Now I'm going to say, on May 22nd, if you want to continue the success that we're having at the Pike County Detention Center, go out and vote to keep Brian Morse as your Pike County jailer.
The next speaker will be James Tolliver, Democrat for Pike County Jailer.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I had a speech, but I'm just going to talk a little bit. I worked at the Pike County Detention Center for 27 years. I started at the bottom as a correctional officer and worked my way up to the captain. Mr. Morris needs to talk about all of his history. How did he get to be a Pike County jailer? Any of the rest of us that would have been appointed Pike County jailer would have made those same decisions over there so they could run on it. Brian lost the election. He lost the election to Freddie Lewis. Then he done everything he could do to run Freddie Lewis off. They cut the jail $900,000 in 2 years and done everything they could do to run him off. And when he left, they appointed Brian Morris as the jailer so he could run. You're going to have to yell louder than that. You ain't bothering me none. And he wants to talk about 100 years of experience. I trained those people he's talking about. And when I'm appointed jailer or elected jailer over there, I won't have to take 2 advisors to the jail to help me run the place because I know how to do it. Keep going, come on. You ain't got that, ain't nothing. Brian knows me. He knows I know how to run the jail. He knows. Oh yeah, shake it. Brian, no. It's a political thing. They put Brian over there. I got 27 years experience. I don't want appointed to nothing. I want to earn what I got, and I'll work for it. I'll do everything I can. I'll be good to people. I'll make that place professional like it should be. He's not telling you about officers that's beat the inmate up over about 3 months ago. He's not telling you about inmates that's laying on blankets over there because they don't have enough mattresses. I never beat no inmates up. I appreciate your vote and your support as your next Pike County jailer. You play the music, I'm done.
The next is a candidate for Pike County Coroner, Brenda K. Johnson, Republican.
Good morning, Pike County. My name is Brenda Johnson. I'm from Virgie, Kentucky. I've been a Pikeville native for 44 years. I attended mortuary school at Southeast, our first Kentucky program that had quite a few candidates that came from it. I graduated valedictorian in my class. I have 2 wonderful children. I not only want to be your coroner for Pike County, but I want to be the voice for the people that can't speak anymore. Not only to honor and respect our dead, but the dignity of our community and what our community asks of us. Pike County needs to base their decision on a much needed change in our area. As John F. Kennedy once said, vote with a choice. Pike County needs a change. We need more reform for the people who cannot speak or the people who are left behind to make decisions for the ones who are no longer with us. Let your decision in this county be a difference to benefit not only our community or speak for those who cannot speak, but a given each day, as Martin Luther King once said, our lives begin to the end, the day we become silent about the things that matter the most. I'm asking Pike County, please get out and vote for our candidates this year. And again, like I said, I've been a Pikeville native for 44 years. My hope and my goal is to serve the community and my people. Thank you all. Have a great Hillbilly Days.
Next is Russell Roberts Jr., Democrat, Pike County Coroner.
Really and truly to Pikeville, Pike County, I need no introduction. Since 1985, I've served in this coroner's office. I was elected coroner in 2001. I'm not running on a promise. I'm not out here telling you how much experience I have. 92 hours and nothing. Senator Jones's dad has more than that in his corner. All I'm saying is to look at my record, see what I've done, see where I've been, see where I came from, run a background check on my reputation, anywhere you want to go. If you find me any less than being a Christian and a man of God and true to my word, to where I can speak to you, hold my head up, meet my maker, and say, it's been well done. Now you know who I am, you know what I stand for, you know what I'm running for, and I would love to serve you one more time as your Pike County coroner. I feel I've done a good job, and I think Pike County and Pikeville will look at my records and say, yes, you've done well. I've never frauded a death certificate to suit a family. I've never done anything to fraud an insurance company to make it right. They tell me it's my job, but when I get there at the pearly gates, I can't say it's my job. He's going to say, yeah, it's your job to lie, go to hell. It ain't worth it. I'm running on my reputation and my honesty and my proven facts. God bless you all. Keep me in mind. If you don't like what I've done in 30-some years that I give to you, I just pray for you and hope that everything works out well for you. God bless you.
The next is Brianna L. Rutherford. She's Democrat running for coroner.
Good morning, Pike County. It's a good day to be a hillbilly. My name's Brianna Rutherford. I'm running for Pike County Coroner. I was born and raised in Belfry to Donetta and Doug Rutherford. I've served families for 12 years in the funeral business. I have the compassion it takes to serve all families equally with respect and dignity. Last year, I opened up Pike County's first and only crematory. I'm driven. I've spent nearly a third of my life in the coroner's office in Perry County. 6 of those 8 years I was deputized. I have a transcript from the Department of Criminal Justice in Frankfort, including homicide investigation, mass fatality, and incident response. I also have my 40-hour basic training in death investigations. I've signed nearly 300 death certificates as the lead investigator on the cause and manner of death, and I've assisted in over 500 cases of death investigation. I have networked with many coroners throughout the state. I visited their coroner's office. We have never had a central location for a coroner's office where all of our files are kept in one place and where we can actually thoroughly do post-mortem examinations. I plan to change that. I need your help on May 22nd and your vote for the Democratic nominee of Pike County Coroner. I want to thank the United Mine Workers of America for their endorsement. I would like to thank the United Steelworkers of America for their endorsement. I want to thank all of my supporters for helping me network throughout this large county. Thank you all. Happy Hillbilly Days.
The next office will be the candidates for commissioner, starting with District Number 1, Big Joe Atkins, Democrat.
How y'all doing this morning? Thank y'all for coming out. My name's Big Joe Atkins. I'm running for County Commissioner in District 1 on the Democratic ticket. A little over a year and a half ago, Pike County voted to turn the form of government from magistrate to commissioner. They made the first step. Now the second step is voting in the right commissioners. If you're worried about your roads, if you're worried about your children, grandchildren leaving Pike County because there's no jobs in Pike County, because your fiscal court won't bring the infrastructure in here to provide the right things for these businesses to come in, if you're worried about your volunteer fire departments not having the right equipment to protect your families, your homes, if you're worried about the fiscal court not giving the sheriff's department the adequate equipment to help protect your family, if you're worried about all of them things, then on May 22nd, when you go in to vote, you need to make sure you make a right choice. And I'm number 5 on the ballot, and please remember me, Big Joe Atkins. Thank y'all.
Next is James Morris Blankenship, Democrat.
Well, hello, everybody. People ask me what this is. This is me a couple years ago. I come over here when the court needed their tax money to run the courthouse. It's the occupational tax. And thanks to you people, there's going to be a change. Commissioner, form of government. That's what we need to put the right people in here to make it work. It's going to put more money in this courthouse so they won't be taking cold severance to run it. I got a son, he lives away from here. Reason I logged today, I worked in the mines timber business. Reason I'm timbering, I'm a high school graduate, and there wasn't a lot of job opportunities for ex-miner. I'm not on disability, I'm able to work. I got a cracked leg right now from trying to make money to live on and pay his taxes. I'm not against no government, but it's about using our money the most efficiently and economically way possible. Listen, I told you, people is leaving this county. The city's doing well. We've had some good leadership. We need some county leadership. There's been some people up here made some good speeches. And that's what we need. We need the county to grow with the city. We need a tax base. You're going to tax people out of the county. You lose the retirees and people on fixed income,
it's going to win. It's going to hit everybody sooner or later. We got factories coming. Let's hope we hire Pike Counties. And that's what I'm about, people. One thing, too, I want to tell you. Elected, all right, I'm not going to make problems. I have a big vision for Pike County. Tourism, fish trap cleaned up. Let's put a park here. We got Crickmore Man, we got Lover's Leap. Let's put a lookout up there. When we do tourism, Pike County, come to the Pikeville, see the river that runs through a mountain. When we see Hamley, the guy that put me together when I was 16 years old, I was along with my dad, got my pelvis cream. James Blankenship, I'll tell you something about me. I don't like people say I can't, and you got to. I can't, but we can. You did. The people. You stood up. Let's keep it going. Let's elect the right people to get this county running in the right direction, not a count of people coming in here, filling their pockets, and coming out here reaching these political offices. I know myself, I'm all about the county. And that's the reason I'm running. I never dreamed I'm no politician. I'm a working man, want to be represented. That's the reason I'm sitting here, my foot's shaking now. And we need people that really has the county at heart. That's what we need. Because you got youngins. Do you want them to move away? Let's have jobs here. Let's build these industrial parks. Let's get factories in here. Let's attract them, but we can't by taxing them.
The next speaker is Willard Kahn, Democrat.
Howdy, it's good to be here with you all. Everybody knows me, I'm Willard Kahn, and I'm running for Commissioner in District 1, and I'm no stranger. I've been up every down holler ever in this county from one end to the other. I'm all about helping people. I always have and always will. I am for the working people. I will be out there with you. I know how to run this county. I know how to help on every end, from the road department to solid waste. I've been there. I've loaded garbage. I've done it all. And I will be there to help the people. And I will stand. No more taxes. Can't handle that. We will, together, I will work with whoever's in here, and I will make a difference in Pike County. That is a promise I will do, because I can do it. And I have helped everybody. I'm up and down these hollers. Whatever it takes, I'm ready. If a disaster hits tomorrow, I've got the experience. I'll go out there, and I'm ready to go with the federal people, whoever it takes. And I'm ready to get work, to go. I will push snow. I'm a working man, and I will work. And I know what needs to be done. Let's get together and elect Willard Kahn for your county commissioner.
Next is Mike McCoy, Republican for Pike County Commissioner, District 1.
Good morning. It's an honor and a privilege to have the opportunity to speak to you all today here at the best festival in the state of Kentucky, Hillbilly Days. My name is Mike McCoy, and I'm tall, and I'm trying to get this microphone to reach me. I'm the Republican candidate for District 1 for Pike County Commissioner. I am from Forest Hills over in the Pond Creek area. I graduated from Belfry High School and the University of Kentucky. I've been a banker in Pikeville for 36 years. I have 36 years experience in the financial services industry. And I'm currently still working for a bank here in Pikeville, and I have been president of 2 different banks. I have a proven track record of success in leadership, financial planning, financial management, strategic planning, budgeting, and building relationships with community leaders and business leaders, because I do business and commercial lending. The part of my life that I'm most proud of is my family. My wife, Jennifer, that's here today, we've been married for 35 years. And my daughters, Meredith and Mara. Meredith is here. She's a teacher in Johnson City. Her husband is serving his residency down there after graduating from the osteopathic school here. and Mara, my other daughter, is in the 11th grade at Pikeville. In the Bible, in the book of Proverbs, it says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." We need new vision in Pike County, new leadership, and new ideas to bring to our county. My vision is to bring economic development and jobs back to our people. We must stop the outflow of our population to other areas due to a lack of jobs and opportunity. I will do everything in my power on the Pike County Commission to get our financial house in Pike County back in order. I was always taught by my dad to plan your work and work your plan. And we need in Pike County a comprehensive strategic plan with both short-term and long-term goals to grow and diversify our economy. People do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. And everyone that I serve with on the commission, everyone in Pike County will know that I will treat them with respect and dignity. We will win in November, and we look forward to your support in May and November. Vote again, Mike McCoy for Pike County Commission, District 1. Thank you very much.
Next, we have Ronald D. Scott, Republican, running for Pike County Commissioner, District Number 1.
I just want to mention one thing when I first get out here. I'm not a speaker. This is my first time in front of a big crowd. So if I make a mistake, I'm sorry. I'll just give you a little bit of who I am. My name is Ronald Scott, and I'm running for the Commissioner of District 1 of the Republican ticket. I was born and raised in eastern Kentucky and lived in the John Street area almost most of my adult life. My wife Jen and I have raised 4 children in the same area during the 38 years of marriage. I've spent my life working first as a mechanic, then moving into the owner of coal trucks and hauled coal across our mountains, providing energy for our area. Since retiring from the trucking business, I've had a couple of business ventures working alongside my son. I am honored and excited to run for the role of commissioner for my community. I'm looking forward to working with the other commissioner candidates on bettering our roads so that our friends and family will have safer roads to travel on a daily basis. If I'm elected, I promise to use the funds set aside for the roads of our community to the best of my ability. During the last few months, traveling, meeting, and talking with as many voters as possible, I've been firsthand the area of my district that needs the most attention. I have been listening to my fellow community members about their concerns as well. I've seen the broke off roads, potholes, clogged ditches, and I'm already ready to go to work and make the roads safer. If elected, I promise to work hard and fight for the things of our community needs and deserves. I'll be honored to represent the people of my district. Thank you. Remember me on May 22nd, Ronald Scott Committee.
Next is Eric Sparkman, Democrat candidate for Pike County Commissioner, District Number 1.
Hello, I'm Eric Sparkman. Most people know me better off as Big E. That market was already cornered earlier in the campaign, so I'm running on my name. I'm a father, husband, been married 21 years with my wife. Had the same job for 23 years. Lord's blessed me to have it. I plan on bringing this level of dedication to the office of County Commissioner in District 1. I've been backed by the United Steelworkers because of my hard work and dedication. I'd like to thank them for their support. I know the aspect of this job has been diversified here lately, and it's going to have to come back home. We're going to get grassroots going. We're going to have to make a change in Pike County for the better, or Pike County's going to sink. It's like a pond. There's no water running through it. It gets down, it gets ugly, it gets nasty. Pike County's down to the nasty. We need to change. We've got to get water flowing back through our county to bring where we can prosper and bring our children to the front. If our children don't stay, we're going to dry up and wither away and leave. We don't want our children to leave. We've got to give them a reason to stay here. We've got opportunities coming to Pike County, Interblue, Silver Liner, hopefully spin-off businesses from that. With that comes an opportunity. We cannot grow our population and bring businesses in to our community without the change that needs to come at this time. To grow our population, everybody can't live downtown Pikeville. We're going to live on Greasy Creek and Ratliff Creek and Lower Johns Creek. We got to support those areas. We've got to bring our county to the front, get our ditches where they drain. Our roads aren't broke off in the creeks. We need a change, people, and I'm here for the change. I appreciate your support.
The next we have Ralph E. Kojak Mullins, Democrat for Commissioner District Number 2.
Thank you, Herbie. Welcome, Hillbillies. I just want to let you all know that the job of commissioner is like being an expanded district of the magistrates. What we need to do is to watch over the county budget and make sure that it's spent wisely for all the citizens of Pike County. And the main thing that I'm concerned about is that we need more jobs in this county. We need to work with county government, especially the new county judge executive, to provide jobs for this county and for this region. Our district includes all of Shelby Creek, including Caney, all of Marbone Creek, including Hellier, from Millard all the way up to the state line at Mouth Card, Elkhorn Creek, including the 2 precincts in Elkhorn City. I would appreciate your all's vote.
Next is Everett Johnson, Republican, candidate for Pike County Commissioner District 2.
Good morning, Hillbillies. Y'all having fun yet? All right. I'm Alvin D. Newsom. I'm running for County Commissioner of District 2. I've served you well as school board member for District 1 for 12 years. Of those 12 years, I served as chairman of the school board. I am currently now your constable in District 2. This is my 4th year, and I have filed for commissioner of District 2. It's a new, expanded District 2, and I look forward to serving the people. I will treat you fairly, with respect, and you can count on me to be honest and to be on the job every day. I love Pike County, I love Pikeville, and I love the people. I love being a public servant, and that's what I've always been and always will be. I'll be available 24/7. You need me, you call me. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. And remember, it's always sunny in beautiful downtown Pikeville, Pike County, Kentucky. God bless.
Next is Jason Tackett, Democrat, Pike County Commissioner District Number 2.
How's everybody doing today? As a new face, a new voice, a new vision for Pike County, and a new form of government, we're going from 6 magistrates to 3 commissioners, bigger areas. But together we can do this. I will be a full-time commissioner, up and down your halls, your creeks, checking with you every other week, that I can get out to see everybody. I will work with the leadership of Pike County to bring businesses and tourism across Pike County. I will stand with the people of Pike County. I will stand with the county workers
the teachers, the hard-working women and men of Pike County. That's why I ask you for your vote, May the 28th or 22nd. We'll back up a couple of days. May the 22nd. Vote for him! And we do got to remember the fire and rescue squads throughout this county. Thank you and God bless.
Okay, the next candidate is Johnny Tackett, Democrat for Pike County Commissioner, District Number 2.
Howdy, everybody. How's everybody doing? Enjoying Hillbilly Days. I'm Johnny Tackett. I'm candidate for Commissioner in District Number 2. This is a lot different than it has been in the past. As I said, we're going from 6 magistrates to 3 commissioners. I want to represent the people of District 2. I want to fight for the people of District 2. I want to represent you because we've not had it. We need jobs. We need tourism. We need all these things. There's only so much as a commissioner you can do, but I'm willing in every way to fight for Pike County and the people of District 2. I've been an employee at Pike County School Board for 27 years in transportation. So I know every road in this county. I've been up and down every road in this county. I've worked within a budget, know a lot of people, enjoy getting out and meeting people. I worry about these roads. We have kids travel on them every day, so I know what kind of shape they're in, and it takes funding to correct these problems. If elected, I'm going to fight for the fire department's rescue squads. These are things we need. And a very, very important part of our communities. We also need to take care of our senior citizen centers. Seems like they've been forgotten in the past. Johnny Tackett, I want you to know right now, I'm going to stand for children, senior citizens, fire departments, and rescue squads. They're important to our communities. They make them strong. Now, I've been on the Water Board Commissioner for 2 years. When I went on that board, we was $2 million in debt to a company that was representing and managing Mountain Water. In less than 2 years, we paid off a $2 million debt. Our employees that went back to state retirement, they've all gotten somewhat of a raise, not what they should have, but they've gotten a raise. I've already proven myself that I could stand up to the people, and I don't care to fight for the people. I don't care to fight the guys right here in Pikeville. Johnny Tackett's going to stand for the people of District 2 and Pike County and vote and do what's in the best interest of the people in Pike County. Your vote and support will be much appreciated. Thank you all.
The next is Elwood Woody Larder. He's a Republican candidate for Pike County Commissioner, District Number 3.
Howdy and good afternoon. You might be asking yourself, who's Woody Larder and why would I vote for him as a commissioner? I'm going to tell you about Woody, and I'm going to tell you about 4 parts of his life: his education, his employment, his family, and his character. Woody has a 4-year bachelor's degree in business administration. He has a master's in business administration and has a diploma from hard work. Woody's been paying Social Security tax since he was 15 years old. He's worked during the summers full-time. He's also worked during school part-time. Woody has worked for Radio Shack Corporation for 18 years in his past. He worked in Ohio, West Virginia, and in Kentucky. He's worked in 6 different stores. He currently is employed by ARH Healthcare System. He was hired to be the maintenance evaluator to deal with all 11 hospitals with our maintenance contracts and keeping equipment working. He is now what's called the Value Analysis Coordinator, which is tasked to try to find savings within ARH. Woody has been living in Pike County for 27 years. His mother was born in Menifee County, Kentucky, so my roots go deep. I'm married to my wife, Kathy Larder, for 23 years. I have 2 sons, 2 daughter-in-laws, 3 grandchildren. My mother and father taught me that you can't know everything, but you find people that can teach you everything. And so you always seek help from other people. I'm not a politician, so you've not seen any signs, you've not seen any banners, but I'm an honest person. You're not going to see me say, hey, you're going to get a free chicken for every pot, because that's politics. This is reality. Pike County needs help. Also, I'm a Christian, and that comes first and foremost. I believe in being honorable. I believe in integrity. I believe in kindness and respect. And I believe that there's no favoritism, that you treat everybody equally. We need to plan for us, our children, and our grandchildren's futures, because I've got little ones coming up. I thank you for listening to me, and I ask you to vote for me if you want to have more common sense and a sound judgment brought back to the fiscal court. My name's Woody. Please vote for me. Have a great and blessed day. May the Lord bless you all. Thank you.
The next will be Earl Thacker, Democrat candidate for Pike County Commissioner, District Number 3.
Good morning. I've not got nothing written, to talk about, but I've been out here on the campaign trail for about, 5 months now, letting people know that I'll be out there working hard as a commissioner for Pike County District 3. And one thing I've been out telling people that we need to, the salaries of the commissioners that will be coming in will be set by the magistrates this coming May. And we need to have that in line. We don't need to be keeping people in office, till you retire. I think 2 terms is plenty enough, for it. And if you're not doing your job, 1 term's enough. But a little about me, I'm a graduate of Pikeville College, UPike now, with a degree in mathematics, and then I've got a master's degree in business administration from Morehead State University. And I've been working 41 years for AT&T as a telecommunications engineer, and I've been up and down every holler many times, over the years, and I know the road conditions that we have out there. And one thing as the commissioner from District 3, it's been told that I closed one of the lots, but that's not true. We keep our lots where they're at because we've got a lot of roads. It's the most rural, I think, of all the 3 districts, and plenty of work to do. If anything, we need to add to them. And then another thing, you get this talk about contracting out jobs, county jobs, and I'm totally against that. I'm out here to support our workers and do everything I can, to get them equipment, whatever they need to do the job for the people. And the biggest thing I think my job will be is to get the budget in line. We got to have our money, in line, to operate. And then we need jobs in this county, because I look at that over in the area from where I'm from, how it used to boom with all the coal business, and now, it's hard to find a good job, one that where you can have a car, where you can have a house and make payments. And we need to work to get jobs into the county for our people to work at. And that's my main purpose is, in being the commissioner from District 3, and I'll be there to work with the other 2 commissioners and the judge to move Pike County forward. And I just look forward, to meeting more people within the next, a month now. It's almost here, election day. And that's my other big topic. We need to get people out and vote. The last primary we had 9% of registered voters to go out and vote. So we need to, this coming May the 22nd, people that have not voted or seldom voted, they need to go vote. And you can go to this website, govotekentucky.com, and you can see that if you're registered to vote and where you vote, just to make sure you're still on the voting list. But anybody that is not registered to vote, you have to the closing day of this Monday to go out and register. But the key to this election is getting people out to vote for the candidate of their choice, and then that way we can make progress in Pike County. You know, it's up to the people. You know, you need to have a voice, and one person's vote is just important as the next person's vote. So it's right.
The next is Jared Tyler Smith, Republican candidate for Pike County Commissioner, District Number 3.
Good morning, Hillbilly Days 2018. It is so good to be here today, and I want to start out by saying, yes, I'm a Republican, but I'm not a Matt Bevin Republican. I'm a proud Ronald Reagan Republican. I was born and raised in the Phelps community, and I'll be there until they run me out of town. I went to Morehead State University where I earned my bachelor's degree, but I decided that wasn't enough. I went to the Appalachian School of Law and earned a law degree, and I'm proud of that. But enough about me, because it's not about me. It's about every one of you out there in Pike County, and you deserve better. We can't afford another spoke in a broken wheel. Let me tell you, you've heard a lot here today. You've heard a lot of empty, mindless, cotton candy rhetoric that people are giving you, pandering to voters to get elected. And it ain't right. You need to know the truth. The truth is, some people today decided they didn't want to come speak to you. How could someone come and ask you for their vote if they can't even come talk? How are they ever going to recruit a job to Pike County? They can't do it. Some people running for this office have no plan. They think they can ride the coattails of others to public office. I say we don't give them another government payday. We're already paying one retirement for one candidate. Don't give him another one. Folks, I have a plan, and my plan's real simple. We're going to cut spending in this county, and when we do that, we can cut taxes. People pay way too much. That bee's trying to run me off, but I ain't going to let it. We're going to cut taxes, and we're going to grow jobs, and if we can do those three things in 4 years, this county will be in a better shape. So folks, your choice is simple. We got to get Pike County out of the ditch and back on the road to success. If you want a candidate that's going to work hard for you and not just be another good old boy in the system, vote for me. I can help you. I will help you. And let's get out and do what we need to do for this county. Thank you. God bless you, and have a good Hillbilly Days.
The next speaker will be Constable from District 1, Curtis L. Hall, Democrat.
Howdy, you bunch of hillbillies. My name is Curtis L. Hall. I'm running for Constable, District 1. Gonna do everything I can to get this methamphetamine and this drugs off this street. Gonna make it one of my duties to do that. I'm a disabled American veteran. I've been to Vietnam. When I landed there was a sign that said 10,000 miles to the United States. I went 10,000 miles away from this place here and made it back safely. Thank God. Ain't scared of nobody. Nothing ever walked the face of this earth except one man, and you know who I'm talking about. I need your vote. Vote for me. I'm a number 2 on the ballot, and I'll tell you something other. They think about shake and bake. I'm gonna shake and bake them. Let me get in there, vote for me, and I'll show you what I'll do to them. I'll get them off this street if it kills me. Thank you very much.
The next is Billy Kendrick, Democrat, candidate for Constable District Number 1.
Hello, how's everybody doing today? I'm a candidate for District 1 Constable Billy Kendrick.
And if I'm elected, my main goal will be to assist local law enforcement and various emergency agencies. I also would like to help out with fundraisers around the community, and I just want to say that I'm just one man. I won't be able to remedy all problems by myself, but I think if we work together that we can definitely get a lot accomplished. I'm number 3 on the ballot. I ask for your vote on May 22nd. Billy Kendrick, Democrat. Thank you all. Everybody have a great Hillbilly Days. Thank you all.
The next is William Thomas McCoy. He's a Democrat candidate for Constable District number 3.
How you doing, everybody? My name's William McCoy. Most people know me as Billy. I'm running for Constable District 3, and I'll be number 3 on the ticket. A little bit about myself. I've got almost 20 years experience in law enforcement, including 16 years right here at the Pike County Sheriff's Department. My goal for Constable is to bring credibility back to this office, because right now it's non-existent. I'm going to work for this county. I want to be an asset to our county, our people. I want to be an asset to our other law enforcement agencies and to our schools. And anybody who knows me knows my history. I've always worked for our county. I've always helped our schools out, and that's my goals. I've got 3 other candidates running against me, and none of them has the experience, the knowledge, the education, or the training that I have. I'm going to ask for your vote come May 22nd, and I'm the only candidate that showed up today, so I guess that speaks for itself. Thank you all.
The next candidate is Mark Brown, a Republican candidate for Justice of the Peace, District number 2.
This isn't my speech, so don't be afraid. I don't have that much time. Who's here from District 2? Well, right now, I'm the only one here that's going to speak for us. And Justice of the Peace is something, if you don't know, which I've gotten a lot of people don't know what it is. We voted that in 2 years ago when we voted in the commissioner form of government. They have to have a Justice of the Peace for each one. And I want to be that representative for District 2 and for Pike County. But I'm running unopposed. November, I hope for those that are in District 2 that I get your vote in November. I'm here to represent the people of District 2 and overall hopefully get everybody in Pike County, in a better way. The duties and responsibilities, the clerk handed me this book. They're very limited, but I hope whoever becomes the judge executive and the commissioner will expand those responsibilities so I can help them out. They can do a better job for all of you and all of us and make this a better county and move us all forward. A little bit about me, I'm a retired veteran, 24 years in the Army, lived down in the Dorton area, been married 18 years, have 2 wonderful sons, and love this county, love the people, and hope everybody is out to vote next month and especially November for myself and whoever you desire. Thank you.
The next candidates will be candidates for the Kentucky Court of Appeals, the 7th Appellate District, District number 2. So I won't go through that each one, so there'll just be a candidate. You'll know what they're running for. The first one is David Allen Barber.
I'm David Barber, running for Kentucky Court of Appeals. I've been on the Court of Appeals, been on the Kentucky Supreme Court, and if you ask any of the lawyers around here, you will know that my opinions have always been for working people and coal miners. Now, I could tell you a lot about myself, but what I'd rather tell you is a Herbie Deskins story. We were on our way home from Frankfurt one Friday, and y'all remember Junior Williamson, the fellow who used to shine shoes here? Junior was riding with us, and Herbie was driving the car, and Junior had this rest area named after him down there at Campton. And he asked Herbie, he said, "Herbie, I'd like to be buried at my rest area." So the next week coming back, Herbie says, "Junior, I got it worked out for you, except it's got to be in this 5-year road plan." I would appreciate your vote again, your support again for the Court of Appeals. A lot of people don't know about the Court of Appeals, but it touches everyone's life. I've never supported an anti-coal candidate and never will. It doesn't matter what our politics are. We are all Eastern Kentuckians. So I can look at this crowd and tell you that I'm proud to be in Eastern Kentucky, and I'm proud to have served you as a judge. I hope you'll support us and elect me this May and fortunately in November. Thank you very much. God bless you.
The next candidate is Donald Howard Combs.
I'm Don Combs. I'm running for the Court of Appeals. I'm number 4 on your ballot. This is a non-partisan race. That means you got to go to page 2 on your ballot to find this deal. If you pull the rooster tail, you didn't vote for us. Tell you first about me. I was born and raised here. I went off to law school at UK. I've been practicing law here on Main Street for the last 35 years. My dad practiced for 30 years before me. I'm a Methodist. My church is right at the end of the street. My family, my wife of 34 years is over here, Leslie Combs. You all know Leslie. She was your representative for 10 years. We have 2 children. You know, Elizabeth has been practicing law for 3.5 years now. Our son Don is going to graduate, hopefully this next month, so no more tuition. So I've got some time on my hands. What kind of judge do I intend to be? I want to be a law and order judge. And to do that, I think first we have to put God in our lives, and then our family, and then of course our country. I think criminals belong in jail. I'm pro-guns. I don't know how many guns I have, but I'm pretty sure it's not enough. Now, I need your vote. I'm number 4 on your ballot. Thank you.
The next is Gene Smallwood, Jr.
Howdy, I'm Gene Smallwood Jr. I'm your current judge on the Court of Appeals, and I'm asking for your support on the May 22nd nonpartisan race to continue serving you as your judge. I'm married 39 years to my wife, Suzanne, is a physical therapist. We have 2 grown children and the 2 little grandchildren over here that you've seen. I am a deacon and elder in the local Baptist church in Letcher County and have been for 35 years. My father's family came from Pike County, and in 1920 they moved just across the line over to Marshall's Branch. I come from a family of educators. My great-grandfather and his wife were teachers, and also coal miners. My grandfather on my mother's side helped unionize Consolidation Coal Company. Prior to serving as your judge, I served in Letcher County as a private attorney for 40 years. I served as special justice on the Supreme Court appointed by Governor Brereton Jones. I'm one of the very few attorneys in Eastern Kentucky who's admitted to practice in the United States Supreme Court and have in fact presented argument in the United States Supreme Court. I'm the only candidate who has served in the Commonwealth Attorney's Office as a felony prosecutor. trying murders and prosecuting child sexual abusers and those who have been trafficking in drugs. In the work that I'm doing on the Court of Appeals, 40% of the cases we see are criminal cases. You need a judge on the Court of Appeals who understands what it means to be in the courtroom trying those cases. Another 25% are family law cases. You need a judge who understands family law cases. That's 65% of the cases. And you need a judge with that kind of experience. I've served for 40 years protecting children, making sure they had a safe environment, working with women who have been abused, and helped set up the domestic violence center over in Letcher County that's named after Judy Patton. I've also served on the Letcher County Drug Court, trying to help those who have been found in possession of drugs but aren't really criminals and just need a break. And I'm now serving with Heal Kentucky, which is a conglomeration, trying to get people into rehab rather than putting in prison. I'm last on the ballot, but I'm your best choice to continue on the Court of Appeals, and I'd appreciate your vote. Thank you.
The next, Larry E. Thompson.
Yeah. Guys, thank you all so much. I was getting a little bit nervous back there waiting to come out. I said, we've been sitting so long. I thought the UMG street cleaning crew would be the people I'd be talking to out here today, but I appreciate it. Most of you here today, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you being out here today. As all of you know, I'm a lifelong resident of Pike County. I've been on the campaign trail now for 6 months, and I can't tell you how nice it is to actually see a crowd of Pike County faces to talk to. So I appreciate that and glad you're here. I'm a graduate of Belfry High School. I've been serving now for 22 years on the bench here in Pike County as a district judge and circuit judge. I'm past president of the State Circuit Judges Association, and I'm your current chief circuit judge here in this county. One of the things that I guess a lot of memories have been going through my mind as I sat here today going out and seeing a lot of the new candidates speak. My first time I did the Stump speaking was in 1996, and I remember how nervous I was coming out here. But guys, you've blessed me for 22 years with an opportunity to serve as your judge. I know a lot of people are not necessarily overly concerned with the Court of Appeals, but I'll tell you it's one of the most important positions that's going to be on the ballot this year, and I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time to take a look at it. I promised you in 1996 when I stood on this stage, if you'd elect me, that I would try to serve with integrity to the people of Pike County. I hope as you sit out here today, you people know me better than any people in any of the counties I've campaigned in, and I hope the one thing that you would say is I've served the people of Pike County with integrity. I hope each and every one of you will come out to the polls and vote for me on May 22nd. I'll be number 3 on the ballot. Thank you all so much.
The next person to speak will be Jim G. Vanover.
Good afternoon. It's great to be here. My name is Jim Vanover. I'm originally from Virgie in the Shelby Valley area. We got any Shelby Valley people out there? All right. I graduated from Virgie in 1972. We didn't have any iPads, but we had great chalkboards. I can remember that. Went to college at Eastern Kentucky University. Graduated from there and felt very honored to get an opportunity to go to the University of Kentucky College of Law. Been practicing law for 39 years. I don't have any lawyers in my family background. I was the first member of my family to go to college. My father was a welder and a spray painter and a coal miner. My mother was a homemaker until my dad became injured, and then after that, and she did work to help with the family. But a couple things that my dad and my mom taught me. My dad taught me the importance of work, and my mom taught me the importance of education. And so I've done my best to try to combine those two things in my career. I remember another thing my dad told me. He said, son, he said, when you go to work, work. I don't really remember thinking at the time that I knew what that meant, but I do know what that means now. So I spent my 39 years representing people in the court system, and I've tried to improve their lives through what the court system could do for them. and I wanted to be an appellate judge since about 1980 or 1981 when I clerked for a judge with the Kentucky Supreme Court. I knew that someday when I had the experience and when I had the knowledge, that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an appellate judge, so that's why I'm here. And I want to make something really clear. I am not running to get this job. I am running to do this job. I want to be able to do this job as an appellate judge because I think I can use the court system to still improve the lives of people. I thank you for listening to me without throwing anything. I appreciate that very much. And I just hope that on May 22nd, when you get the opportunity to come out and vote, that you'll remember this. Vote Vanover. Thank you.
I want to take this time as a prerogative of the Master of Ceremonies here to introduce a very good friend of mine to you, Minority Floor Leader Rocky Atkins, over here. Rocky's always been up here with us, and he's truly a friend of the mountains. Okay, the next race that we'll be introducing for is the candidates for District Number 1 division. You know, we have 2 divisions of the Pike, the District Court, 35th Judicial District, District 1, and District 2. So in District 1, the first person to be introduced to speak is Jojette Friend.
Thank you, Herbie. Oh, thank you, ladies, for being here and sponsoring this. I brought my little friend here with me today, and I would ask you to consider him. He's running for District Judge in Division 1. I only want to see in the crowd. Seriously, folks, I have been a resident of Pike County for ever and ever. I have served the people of Pike County, working for laboring people, both in my law practice and as the assistant county attorney, serving for the neglect and abuse. I prosecuted that. My heart and my passion is with children. As district judge, I'll do what I can to help children. I'll try to help keep the people off the streets that will hurt your children. I would like to introduce my wife, Cindy Friend. She works with Helping Hand. We have been married for 42 years, believe it or not. I have 2 lovely children, Sam and Tyler, who I'm very proud of. I think our #1 problem in Eastern Kentucky is drugs. If we as a community do not come together to do something, education, economic development, anything else that we can do will not give us the opportunities that we deserve, Pike County, Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky, and the United States. I'd ask for your vote and support. I will be fair, administering the justice under the laws of the state of Kentucky. I would ask for your vote and support, and I appreciate you being here and not booing me down. If y'all want to start singing now, you can sing me down. Thank you so much. Enjoy Hillbilly Days.
The next is Matt Hager. Okay. Next is Amber Hunt Cisco.
Good morning, Hillbillies. It sure is an honor to be here today. I've been coming to these since I was a little girl, and I really am excited to be standing in front of you today and asking for your vote for District Judge. I'll tell you, recently I was reading an article, and it mentioned a quote that George Washington made when he was first elected President of the United States. He said, "I'm nervous, but I'll tell you what I can promise you. I can promise you integrity, and I can promise you firmness." Well, I will do the same thing as your district judge, and I will promise you one more thing, and that's fairness. I'm the only candidate in this race that's created issues and presented a platform for you to vote on. The first thing I want to do is raise jury duty pay. Every time I get in front of a jury, I think you are inadequately compensated for $12.50 a day. I will never, ever stop fighting for my children, your children, or the people of Pike County. One more thing here. When I get out campaigning, people say, what about this revolving door that's our criminal justice system? I say, well, I've got a plan. I'm going to catch first-time nonviolent drug offenders and give them the opportunity to get the substance abuse and mental health treatment that they need. I've not spent my career creating the problem. I've spent my life trying to fix it. I've worked with doctors, mental health professionals, and developed treatment plans to help these people get the treatment that they need. So in closing, I'll say this. Many of you have lost faith in our criminal justice system. I'm here to restore it. I'm Amber Hunt Cisco, I'm number 4 on the ballot, and on May 22nd, let's paint Pike purple. Thank you.
Okay, the next speaker is Robert F. Wright.
Thank you. That's right. My name is Robert F. Wright. And I've spent the last 23 years protecting the rights of the people of Pike County, and you know it. Every one of you know it. I am the candidate that has the trial experience, actual trial experience, and the knowledge to do this job. Now, district court is the court that most of you folks will come into contact with at some point in your life. It's not a place for on-the-job training. It's not a place for people without the experience to do this job. That's why I am the choice. That's why for the last 23 years, over 14,000 individuals and families have trusted me. And I tell you, you can trust me to do this job. I have represented the rich, the young, the poor, the old, and they have all gotten the same treatment from me, and they will get the same treatment in the courtroom, okay? Each case, you cannot come and make a blanket statement of how you're going to treat every case, because each case is individual, based on the facts and the person. I can tell you this, if I am district judge, that it will be decided on the facts and the law and on fairness and experience. That's what it's going to be done. Not a place for on-the-job training. Robert Wright for district judge. I have proven myself time and time again. Thank you, Pike County. You've been good to me. You've been good to me. Let me take this experience and put it to work for you in that courthouse. Robert Wright on May 22nd. Thank you very much.
2018. My name is Tommy Chamberlain. I'm Chief Assistant Pike County Attorney. I grew up over at Kemper. I'm a Johns Creek High School graduate and Pikeville College. And so the question we're asking today is, what does a district judge do? A district judge does several things, from small claims to probates to guardianships, but what Pike County is most concerned about is what's happening in our criminal system. And so when I think about a district judge, I ask myself, what are we supposed to do? And when I look at our county, this is a job interview with all these candidates with you. And so my question is, when you look at a job interview, the question becomes, who is most qualified for the job? Well, I've been an attorney for 18 years, and I've been your prosecutor for 16. Now, what does a prosecutor do, and who do they represent? They represent the people. I represent you in court. And when I go to court, what have I always thought about? What do people expect? What does the county expect us to do when we handle criminal matters? Now, the big question in our county right now that's debating on social media, and we're talking with our people, is how do we handle criminal court? All right? Now, what I'll tell you is every one of my opponents, everybody gets up here for district judge, is going to tell you they're going to be tough on crime. They're going to do that. Now, here's the difference. I'm the guy who's already been doing that. I learned a long time ago in life that talk is cheap and actions speak louder than words. And so I can promise you whatever, but the difference is, have I done it? And the answer is yes, I have. If you want to go over to that courthouse and go to the table I sit at every day, you'll find a form right behind my desk that is a prepared for repeat offenders who have continued to violate the law that I file and to address what they're doing. Now, another thing I'll tell you about particularly this particular time period is you've already heard from 3 candidates for county attorney. All right, Mr. Hall, and Ms. Ratliff. And I'll tell you one thing about those candidates. You ask every one of them, and what they'll tell you is that if they're elected county attorney, and if I'm not elected judge, I'm staying on as chief assistant county attorney. Now, why would they do that if criminal court's the #1 priority? It's because they know I do the job and do it right. So a final thought for you, when we talk about district court, let's look at somebody who has the experience, who's been there and done that, who doesn't just make promises, but can give you a track record of keeping those promises and doing those things. So thank you for your time today. Have a great time at Hillbilly Days, and we'll see you soon.
The next is Donald Kyle Deskins.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. As many of you all know, I've been doing this for about 16 years. I've done every job in the courtroom that a person can do as a lawyer. I've been a prosecutor, I've been a defense attorney, I've been a guardian ad litem, I've been a juror, I've been a victim of a crime. And the one thing I can tell you is that everybody deserves to be heard in the court system. Victims as well as defendants. They may have the most rights pursuant to the Constitution, but it's the people up there, the judges, the prosecutors, they're the ones that decide who gets to get up there and talk. The defense attorneys, they do everything they can, and so do I. If a victim wants to talk, I let them talk. I let them have that opportunity to be heard. Every time we have a complaint come in, I ask, what do you want to see come out of this case? A lot of times, people just want to be left alone. And if they are, that's fine. If they're not, we redocket the case and we go forward. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in my time, I have taught classes to state troopers, to city police, sheriff's department, trying to make better cases. I've taught classes to social workers, trying to make better cases. But if a case comes to me and it's got a glaring defect, I don't BS about it. I don't try to make it better. It is what it is. I'm not going to trample somebody's rights just to get a prosecution. I don't need that. I can do that just fine on my own. So, ladies and gentlemen, as your district court judge, I will continue to make sure that everybody's voice gets heard. I will continue to make sure that everyone deserves the fair treatment that they should get from a judge. I don't take vacations. I've had 2 in the last 5 years. I stayed till the job's done. I sit on the board, I sit on the MDT at Judy's place. I work anywhere between 40 and 60 hours a week. I go to the, the fair team. I take care of all the big prosecutions in family court that don't occur on a Monday morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got more experience doing more things than any other candidate in my race. I hope that you go out and vote because it's the most important voice that you can raise any day. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you will give me the opportunity to continue doing the best I can for Pike County. Thank you.
The next is Justin Corey Hamilton.
How we doing, Pike County? Hey, you know what? I missed last Hillbilly Days. I was in the Middle East. You know, I was back there going through my speech, and the only word that kept coming to my mind was the word passion. Me and a boy out here, Morgan Cable, we was deployed last year about this time, going from Kuwait to Iraq, seen a bunch of people standing out there in line. You know what they were doing? They were standing out there to vote under threats of death. The passion they have. And I see you guys out here and the passion you have for the county and the things, the change you want, it gives me goosebumps. Let me tell you a little bit about me. I've always been a servant of this community. When I turned 18 years old, I served the Marine Corps, served this country for 8 years. I served this county for over a decade as an attorney. I even went back. Marine Corps said I was too old. The Army took me. I went back. Hey, Uncle Sam needs me in the Middle East, I go. Uncle Sam needs me in Fort Hood, I go. This county needs me in that courthouse, here I am. Here I am. Hey, as a military man, I believe in honor, courage, commitment, oaths, and pledges. And I always like to start out first with prayer. Thank you, Mr. Deskins. Secondly, I always like to start out with the pledge. And I rewrote the Pledge of Allegiance, and this is my pledge to you. I, Justin Hamilton, pledge allegiance to the people of the County of Pike. Fair and impartial judgment for all alike. For the values that you hold dear, religion, morals, safety, and a little bit of hillbilly cheer. One county, under God, and His faithful rule of law. Equal access to the courts, and justice for all. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I love you.
The next one is Tommy T.J. May.
Good afternoon. I've got good news for Pike County. I'm the last speaker. Hey, I want to tell y'all something about my opponents, Tommy Chamberlain and Kyle Deskins. They're attorneys. I want to tell you something about Justin Hamilton. No, I can't tell you that. I was with him. Now, guys, I tell you what, backstage here, when we were out here, we were wishing everybody good luck and coming out here speaking and things. And that's just how we are in Pike County. And any of my supporters out there, you know, I don't want you going out and saying bad things or anything about anybody. Let's run a clean race like we've done up to this point. Because we're all friends and we're all Pike Countians. And that's why we're here. We're here for Hillbilly Days and we're here to have a good time. And let's not forget why we're here celebrating Hillbilly Days. And let's give everybody a big round of applause for setting this stuff up. This began many years ago for the kids, and it's not about politics, it's about the kids. Let's give everybody a hand for that. Guys, a little bit about myself. I'm a lifelong resident of Pike County. My family's not in the crowd today. They're over there working on the parade and stuff, but my dad is a retired disabled coal miner. So was my grandfather and my stepdad. My mother's a retired school teacher. So is my stepmother. So I know a lot of the issues that are going on here today are hitting close to home to me. And I want you all to know this. You're number one in my heart. I'm the only candidate in my race endorsed. I don't know if you have any of these fellows out there, but United Mine Workers of America have endorsed my campaign, as well as the United Steelworkers. And, you know, I'm going to make you guys proud. Being a judge is a hard job. You got to make some hard decisions. And sometimes you got to make decisions that'll make some people mad at you, but it's about doing the right thing. I will do the right thing. I think I'm the right choice and the right person for this job. I'm number 3 on the ballot. Appreciate your support. Go enjoy Hillbilly Days. Get some candy from the parade. Thank you, guys.
We have Eddie Smith, who's a Republican candidate for Commissioner District Number 2.
How y'all doing today? My name's Eddie Smith. I'm a Republican candidate for Commissioner in District 2. I have worked for the community for 18 to 20 years. I've run my own company for 30 years. I've scheduled people. I know how to make this thing work. And it's about time that we take Pike County back and do it right. And make these roads and all these hollers correctly done so that people can get in and out. And if you vote for me, I will be out there working for you every day that I can. And if they can't get it done, I promise that I will. And thank you all, and God bless you.
have our last candidate here, candidate for the Pikeville City Commission, Allison Powers.
Hello, my friends and hillbillies! My name is Allison Powers. I am running for Pikeville City Commissioner, and on behalf of the city, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to Hillbilly Days 2018. I want to thank everybody that's had a hand in putting this together. I want to thank the Shriners. They do a great job every weekend and for the previous years. Of course, I want to thank the city workers, our phenomenal police department. Thank you guys. And our fire department. Thank you. Now let me ask you all a question. Do you all know what the secret to success for our area is? Anybody know? The secret is our people. We have hardworking people, we have smart people, and we have educated and talented youth. And there's three things that I want to talk about, because as a city, as a community, as a county, we have come a long way. But there's three things. One is we need to continue to attract more businesses. We have new businesses coming in, but we need more jobs. There's people laid off right now. We need more jobs. We need more opportunities. We need to educate our youth and keep them here. We have the best of the best in our youth. We really do. And we want to keep the best of the best here in Pike County, in Pikeville. Secondly, we need to use our natural resources all around us. I mean, my gosh, look around at these mountains and the hills and the lakes and the trails and all this. We can bike. We have a community now that's biking and running and walking. So this is one of the things we need to do. And thirdly, we need to work on our infrastructure, in particular for health and fitness. In our area, actually across the nation, we have high diabetes and high heart disease. And I'll tell you what, I've lived here my whole life, and I see more people out walking and running, getting their kids out on bikes, and it's phenomenal. We need to keep that going. So I asked you what the secret to our success is. The secret to our success is our people. There's power in our people. So I want to ask you in November if you'll vote for me, Allison Powers. Thank you, and God bless. Have a great Hillbilly Day!
Well, that ends our speakers, and I want to pay a special tribute to our ladies who have taken the score and the chairman of the the Republicans and the Democrats Club for furnishing them to us, and the band here. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Have a nice Hillbilly Days.
And there you have it, folks. 2018 Stump speaking from the Hillbilly Days Courthouse Square stage. Thank you all so much, folks.